welcome.
Thanks for having me.
Is this your first time? It's your second time in Minneapolis, right?
Yeah. I think we were here for what were we here for? The radio thing. It was
There's other radio. There's no other radio here. What are we talking about?
Now I know this is the main one.
That's the main one. Yeah. We have that on tape. We have that on tape, right? Yeah. Let's get that.
I don't need to worry about. Yeah, there we go.
Oh, we went to Boulder.
Oh, no.
Oh, was that the AAA convention in Boulder? How was that? Yeah.
I mean, I just drank beer and actually played.
Yeah, it's true.
There's something similar in I'm forgetting Louisville. Yeah, in Kentucky, called The Gathering, where a lot of alternative programmers go, and we see a lot of bands and hang out from all over the country.
It was pretty cool.
It's fun for us. I'm always curious how that is for an artist.
It was different for me because, like I was playing to such a large group of people, all just acoustic. Like, and I was so used to just playing with my band. But it was nice to just strip it back.
Yeah.
It was good.
Yeah. I've always appreciated that, especially in smaller settings.
Yeah.
It's a bit of a different comparison, but the last time Prince ever performed at Paisley Park, it was a stripped down piano and microphone only set. And seeing those songs in that setting,
it's pretty
really
special.
stripped back. You almost hear like the songwriting and the song structure a little bit more. You pay attention to the lyrics more.
Yeah, you're not blind by production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, and by the way, I love production. I love full bands. Don't get me wrong. It's
Yeah.
just, kind of seeing different sides of it is
Totally.
is always cool. So tonight, as we record this, let's just go into it. You're opening up for Vance Joy at speaking of Prince, at First Ave, venue he helped make famous. Is this your first proper show in Minneapolis tonight?
It is, yeah.
Lovely, cool. So any impressions of the Twin Cities?
Well, I love the Twins because I love their logo, and I went to a cool vintage shop, and I can't remember the name of this vintage shop last time I was here, and I got the coolest jumper. So now the Twins is like my team.
Where'd you get that again?
It was at a vintage shop. Oh, God, it was everyone knew the name of this street. I can't remember what it is now.
Was it here in town?
Yeah.
Hennepin Avenue, maybe?
It might have been. I don't know. But this vintage shop was like epic. It was huge. And they had like all these old sort of jumpers and jackets and stuff. So I found a Twins jumper. So now I'm like repping the Twins everywhere.
They have I love that. I love hearing that. Same ownership of the Twins owns Go 96.3 as well. So we're big fans of the Twins here.
Oh, there you go.
Go Radio too. Target Field is right across the street where they play every day.
I saw your cool photo on the wall just as you come in. Like it's like a landscape shot.
Right. Yeah.
It's really cool.
It's a beautiful venue over there. In Australia, are there any, I don't know, soccer teams or football teams rather, or anything that you follow back home?
Yeah, everyone's pretty big in like the rugby league world.
Sure.
And AFL. Soccer tries. I think everyone loves playing soccer, but it's not actually like a big thing.
I got it.
Anyway.
Yeah, no, rugby, now that you mention it, I'm a big Golden State Warriors fan. It's a basketball team.
Yeah, right.
From the Bay Area, and they used to have a center called Andrew Bogut,
Yep.
who would always tweet about rugby, and on off days, that's all he'd be talking about online.
Yeah, right.
So.
Well, I love watching basketball too. I want to tick that off my list one day, go to a basketball game.
Well, hey, next time you're in town, the Timberwolves are going to kick off their season pretty soon.
Okay.
We'll go to a game. It's the
sweet.
renovated Target
Can
Center.
you hook me up with some tickets?
Absolutely.
Okay,
I'll
done.
make some calls for you.
Excellent.
Grammy Shark, whatever you need.
Done.
Absolutely. Speaking of Australia, where you're from, there's just, outside of like California and like the Twin Cities, for whatever reason, over the past 10, 15 years I've been in radio, it's been like Sweden and Australia. For whatever reason, whenever I discover a new band from one of those regions, I'm just completely blown away. And, right now, Australia, I think about, Empire of the Sun, Tash Sultana, Tame Impala, yourself. I mean, there's a really good scene out there. Is it a good continent and country to make music and get a fan base?
Yeah, I think like Australia is such a laid back country, so I guess it creates a really natural vibe for everyone to just make music, and we're all pretty easygoing people, so I feel like all our music's pretty real. So, but yeah, that's really nice of you to say. I feel like we've got a lot of cool stuff going on as well.
I mean, there's so much artistry. It just feels real to me. All these bands that come from Australia, they feel super genuine. I don't want to say more than bands that come out of the States, but a lot of the artists from here can be manufactured at times, and Australia seems a little more real. So
yeah, I mean we've got a platform at home called Triple J, which is a massive sort of breeder of musicians where they kind of like let us showcase our music without being with a major label or, having management or anything like that. So they're like a real key ingredient as to how we sort of build our musicians, I guess, in our country.
Tell me a little bit more about that, because I read that you were super involved with Triple J and some of your music was very much admired and recognized by them. And it was like you and Flume neck and neck to win some award or something like that. For people watching, can you kind of explain a little bit about what that is and what happened there?
That one thing in particular you're talking about is the Triple J Hottest 100 countdown.
Yeah.
And it happens every year. And it's just such a big day for the whole of Australia because, everyone listens to that station. It's like a real tastemaker. But for me, I was so new to it. Like I'd only just had a song that had been added to rotation, and getting added to rotation is still difficult. They don't just play anything. They have to really like it and nurture it and own it. And my song Adore got a lot of airplay. And then, there was like all this talk about that I was going to do well in this countdown, but I wasn't believing any of it because I was so new to the scene, especially being, neck and neck with Flume is like stupid, and Flume is such a big superstar.
Sure.
But anyway, the day went on and I came in at number 2. So I was like runner up to Flume, which was a real underdog sort of thing. And I think it was special to me, but I think it was really special to everyone else because it was so random. But they sort of helped build my fan base from the start.
How did they get noticed to your music? Was it as simple as you releasing it somewhere and they found it? Was there a label involved? Was it just a great song they stumbled upon? Do you know?
So I'd been, I'd been writing music for a while, and I had a couple of songs that they had, like we've got a thing called Triple J Unearthed. So that means anyone from Australia can upload their music and Triple J will hear it. Whether they play it or not is up to them. But I just uploaded it to Triple J Unearthed, and they hit me back saying they liked it, and it was getting spot rotation, and then it got added to full rotation, and it's just such a big deal when you get added to spot rotation to any rotation on that station.
And what's great is, I get bands, and Mr. Peter Parker, our afternoon DJ on Go 95 through our hip hop channel as well. We have 2 channels here in the building at Go Radio, and we get artists coming at us all the time. Like, how do we get on the radio? How do we get noticed? And I feel like it really is as simple as making great music and being good live. There's people like us whose job it is to seek new music and find it. And really it's up to the artist to make great records. And if you do, you'll get noticed. And having platforms like Go, like Triple J that exist to expose it is a cool thing.
Yeah, every time I get asked, like, oh, what's what can I do? Who's your contact for this? It's like, don't even worry about contacts, man. Just go and write a good song because the contacts will come to you. I spend a lot of time worrying about, oh, do I need a website? Do I need good merch? What do I need? And it's like, you just need to write music and just be obsessed with writing songs.
And when you're playing a show, there can be 5 people in the audience. One of those 5 might be an A&R guy.
Yeah.
Might be someone who works for a label. Might be someone who DJs on the radio. So it's important to kind of, everything you put out there, whether it's music, live shows, whatever, give it your best.
That's like the main thing you need to concentrate on.
Vance Joy, another Australian artist who you're on tour with. How long has that been going on for?
Oh, I think we might be 6 shows in.
Okay.
But it's been awesome. Like he's such a cruisy guy, and I'm lucky enough to sort of be a part of his management team as well. So I'm getting spoiled on this tour.
Yeah.
It's awesome. He gets, he's such a big deal over here. So he's playing really beautiful venues, and last time I was here, I was playing really tiny venues, obviously, because I'm very new to playing in America. But it's such a treat playing some of these venues. Yeah.
Even in the States, I feel like your stardom and your rise is it's happening a little bit, right? I mean, are you noticing that at all when you're on tour?
I'm feeling pretty good about it.
Yeah.
Like, when my managers said, we want to see how we go in the States, because I was just happy just to be playing shows in my own country. And I was like, wow, really? Like, that's something that I might be able to try and do.
Yeah.
And then we did it, and we played some shows, and like I think I sold out a show in LA and a show in Brooklyn. And yeah, so I feel like, it's baby steps, but I feel like everyone who actually does take the time to listen to the music enjoys it, I hope.
Any surprises as far as artists that you admire or bands that have reached out to you that you found out are a fan of your music?
Yeah. So Tom Zalonge from Blink-182, I've been a massive Blink fan for ages.
Sure.
And he sort of did a tweet about, my music, and we actually caught up last time I was here in Encinitas, and, that was really surreal. Lena Dunham reached out to me saying, that she likes the music. So there's been some real moments where I've checked my phone and gone, what?
That's crazy. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's really cool.
How do we feel about the new incarnation of Blink-182 with Matt Skiba instead of Tom? Do you like them? Have you seen them live at all? Have you heard the record?
Like I don't hate it. I'm so used to Tom's voice in that, so it still confuses me and it throws me off a bit. I love Skiba's voice in Alkaline Trio, but I don't know about it in Blink. Like,
yeah.
I still am always going to love Blink. I mean, Mark's voice is awesome, and they're just a band that just can't fail. So they've got such a great brand and a great thing going on. But I would I'd love for him to go back. But I definitely don't hate it.
I was skeptical going into it, to be honest. But after hearing the record, they had to make new music.
Yeah,
they couldn't just go on tour without Tom.
Well.
What's that?
They did really well.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So once the record came out and it was good, it's like, okay, I can do this.
Yeah, we can do this.
It was cool. Who else have you been listening to lately?
I've got a band at home that I'm obsessed with called the Smith Street Band. If you haven't heard of them, you should give them a listen.
I will check it out.
And I listen to a lot of trap stuff. Like I love like the Lucy Vert, and I love Post Malone. I've been listening to him a lot.
Yeah. He's got a song called Rockstar, which I'm obsessed with right now. I'm like kind of considering playing it on 96.3 actually. So that might be a thing.
For sure.
Would you like to play music? You brought your guitar. Are we playing a song? Are we doing that? Okay, cool. I would love that if that's possible. What are you going to play for us?
So I'm going to play Adore, and Adore is the song that came in at number 2 on the countdown I was telling you about. And it kind of changed my whole life. I wrote it just any other night like I would on my couch and without any expectations of anyone ever listening to it. Now I'm here in Minneapolis.
Let's go. Love it. Welcome. Amy Sharp.
Stand with my back hanging off my left arm. I'm just gonna walk home kicking stones at parked cars. But I had a great night, 'cause you kept rubbing against my arm. I'm just gonna stand with my back hanging off my left arm. Get me a drink, I get drunk off one sip just so I can adore you. I want the entire street out of town just so I can be alone with you. And I'll go when you're ready, my head's getting heavy, pressed against your arm. I adore you. All of my money spent on these nights just so we can hang out. Squeezing in and out of these dresses, I wanna be found by you. Found by you. Get me a drink, I get drunk off one sip just so I can adore you. I want the entire street out of town just so I can be alone with you. Now go when you're ready, my head's getting heavy, pressed against your arm, just to adore you. I adore you. Kick the gutter in tight shorts, basketball courts. Watch me watch him talk to girls. I'm known as a right-hand slugger. Anybody else wanna touch my lover? Get me a drink, I get drunk off one sip just so I can adore you. I want the entire street out of town just so I can be alone with you. Now go when you're ready. My head's getting heavy, pressed against your arm, just to adore you. I adore you.
Wow. Damn, that's great. It's only me in here. Well, some of us. I'll clap. I felt
Thank
that.
you. Thank you
I
very
felt
much.
that. Kind of goes back to our original conversation or thought about seeing something stripped down and really stripping it all away and listening to the lyrics and just feeling the emotion. Like, what a great song. Thank you so much for playing.
Yeah, thank you for having me.
It's incredible. Amy Shark performing tonight as we record this. First Avenue main room with Vance Joy. What time are you going on tonight? So I'm there on
I
time.
think I'm on at 8:40. I think it is
8:40.
tonight.
Okay.
Yeah.
I will be there at 8:39, and I will be ready to go.
I'm
going to
look for you in the front row.
I probably won't be in the front. I'll be like in the middle back, like with.
Make sure you
others,
say
but-
hi. I'll give you a T-shirt so you can rep it around.
Absolutely. You'll be at merch afterwards.
Probably not, but
Okay.
like,
I'm
I'll find
gonna
you.
support. I'm gonna support the artist. I'm gonna
Excellent.
support Amy Shark, and I'm gonna buy a T-shirt tonight. Thank you
Excellent.
so much
Thank you.
for being here.
Cheers.